Hello, chefs, and welcome back. Before you see three... Fuck. You see three fucks.
Yeah.
Those are the last three fucks I give about what you fucking cook. I wanted to start with an Alton Brown, but I guess I'm ending up with a Gordon Ramsay, huh?
Or you're ending with you're taking Alton Brown to his logical conclusion. Like, that's where he will end up.
Dude, so, like, he's doing good eats again, which is, like, a blessing. I'm so happy for it. But, like, so, okay, Alton Brown with crazy hair is chaotic good. Alton Brown with, like, balding, like, but still, like, you know, proper, like, combed hair is, like, chaotic neutral.
Yeah.
And we've received bald but good eats Alton Brown, and I think he's true neutral.
Maybe. I would agree with that.
Oh, well, isn't there like a thing? I've never watched Breaking Bad, but Breaking Bad, Walter White goes bald and then he goes like fucking murder happy, right?
Yeah, he embraces full on drug lord mode.
So I think that's where we're at. Like we're approaching a point where Alton Brown's just gonna like slip into like, oh, if you want to slip someone some cyanide, remember that it tastes like almonds. So try to slip it in with some amaretto liqueur and they won't know a thing. That's unfortunately legitimate advice. Do not do that, okay?
Do not do that.
My lawyers, the zero lawyers I have, are telling me on my phone now that I have to tell you, absolutely do not do that.
My lawyers are telling me to tell you guys that we're Paramecia Fancast, the One Piece fancast where we review
tell
the
you
latest
how to
chapter of
murder
One Piece and have a different One Piece related discussion every single week. And that my name is John, and that do not eat anything almonds anymore.
My name is Franz, and honestly, like, who needs almonds? Well, I mean, I drink almond milk. Almond milk doesn't taste like almonds, so I know if I'm safe from cyanide.
Yeah.
Don't drink
if you
real
drink
milk.
Almond milk and it starts tasting like almonds, that's I got some bad news for you, buddy.
Those almonds, they weren't activated.
Yeah, they weren't activated properly.
Oh, man. Speaking of activating my almonds, Chapter 955, Enma, is... You remember for...
Can't say with... Oh my god.
So, like, okay.
Isn't that the name of the song, or no?
No, you're thinking of the artist Enya.
Enya, okay.
Okay.
Zoro's newest sword, Enya.
Dude, the Enya no Mi, where you just lock yourself in an Irish castle, and if people want to get the rights to your music, they're going to have to send you a literal, honest-to-God letter through the actual mail. With an essay attached, actually. Oh, man. This whole ass chapter was nonstop, like, bomb drop after bomb drop of, like, fuck me, I guess. The stakes have never been higher.
Fucking Oda. Get fucked, kids. That's what he said to all of us, including the children that read his story. He doesn't give a shit anymore.
Man, chapter... Circa, like, Romance Dawn, Oda was like, hey, kids, want to learn how to say poop? Here you go. Now he's just, like, unleashed his customs, like, penis, penis, penis.
Just yelling shit to little children until they learn to say it back.
I mean, that's what Zoro and Momonosuke were.
Yeah, we'll get to that part. I guess, dude, first things first, we're back at it. From the cover stories, Volume 6 of Gang Beige's Oh My Family, and it says Volume 6 stopping at this island to stock up on food, and holy shit, boy. So at first, I think you and me both had different
Well, I'd like to keep in mind that listeners, please recall, I do not have John's secret ability. Instead, I have 2 brain cells. So my first thought was like, it's Alabasta. Because, hear me out. I just forgot where Mary Joie was, and I forgot how the red line worked. So my idea was like, God, I forgot the little like waterfall thing, how they got onto the red line. The Straw Hats did. Like, I forgot what that was called.
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah,
I forget
yeah,
what it's
yeah.
called. The something current, and they like wrote it up.
Right. So I thought that for some reason, even though it's literally 180 degrees on the other side of the goddamn planet from Mary Joie, I was like, oh, that's where they were. And completely forgot about like the whole Reverie shit. And I was like, oh, they're going to Alabasta.
Gonna see Vivi. Dude, they're gonna meet Pell.
Dude, they're gonna... Isn't Pell with Vivi?
Dude, I think so. I think he's there.
Dude, he's irradiated. That's not safe.
The secret plan to take down the celestial dragons this whole time. Fucking he's all green and shit and like throwing up.
He's just like glowing unnaturally. He's bioluminescent.
Jesus, basically.
Well, tell me the right answer.
When I first saw this, I was like, are they on fucking Baltigo? Like, I thought that shit got destroyed. Like, what? Like, what? Like, what is he gonna find on Baltigo? Like, I was thinking at first, I was like, oh my god. And then I took a closer look, and I was like, wait a minute. I know those rocks. That's not Baltigo. I know those rocks. And then I had to go back and double check. And yeah, they're on Dressrosa. And so they're stopping by Dressrosa to get some food and supplies. And for me, I'm thinking, what the heck are they gonna do? Like, who are they gonna see on Dressrosa?
That's a great question. Like, it's either gonna be, I mean, cause like, what's his fucking name? The guy with the one leg.
Kiros. He's at the Reverie, I think.
Is he? I thought he didn't go for some reason.
Oh, he might not have gone. Fuck, I can't remember.
I wouldn't be able to tell you what reason, but for some reason I was just like, yeah, he's there.
Dude,
I don't know.
I have no idea if he's there or not.
I was also thinking of Vanessa, not Rebecca, Rebecca's sister.
She's at the Reverie for sure because she's
That's
the
what I
actual
thought.
princess.
Yeah.
Because it was Violet. Yeah, it was gonna be Rebecca.
Vanessa.
She was the princess. And then I read this the other day. In fact, I went to Barnes and Noble and I was reading I was gonna buy some of the chapters, some of the volumes.
Bro, that's fucking illegal. You can't just read at Barnes and Noble.
I bought it, so fuck 'em.
Okay.
But it was the end of Dressrosa, and then Rebecca is like the princess, and then Luffy like busts her out, and she's like, "You gotta see your dad." And then she runs over to Violet, and she's like, "Violet, like, I need you to do me a big favor. I need you to be the princess." And then Violet like talks to King Riku, and she like starts tearing up a little bit, and she's like, "That's the second time I've been asked that question," and I'm like, "Ah!"
Oh fuck!
Because of Rebecca's mom.
That's...
Dude, but look, my vote, Senior Pink. Come on, he's there. I don't think he's not in Impel Down. I don't think any of the Doflamingo family members got sent to Impel Down. We only saw them taking away Doflamingo.
Right. They're all probably like there. Probably, I don't know if they're walking around, you know.
Yeah.
That would be a little weird.
What's his face? Pika dead. like Zoro, Luffy doesn't kill people. Zoro fucking killed that man. He's dead.
Zoro does murder. He literally has to, and we'll get to why.
Yeah, the other people we don't know, but if there was gonna be 2 people during the weekly release of Dressrosa from the family that I would have wanted to be good at some point, it's Baby 5, which happened.
Yeah,
and she's now part of the Straw Hat Grand Fleet.
Yeah,
and fucking Senior Pink, dude. Look.
Yeah.
Yes. I brought this up to Franz before recording. I so very much want Senior Pink for no reason other than my enjoyment to join Gang Beige's crew. But also, like, like Franz brought up, I don't think Gang Beige, for as cool of a character as he is, I don't think he's down with ABDL, adult baby diaper lovers.
Yeah, I think like
He doesn't strike me as the ABDL kind of guy. You know what I'm saying?
No, not at all, not at all. Like I think Gang Beige would look at Senior Pink and be like, "This man's a pervert. He's after my child." Because like do you think Gang Beige knows what a kink is?
Dude, I have no idea.
You know, we're getting to the chapter, actually.
Yeah, let's get into the chapter. Oh my god. It starts off with Lady Hiyori, and she's like, Lady Hiyori's like, I'm still beside myself with worry over Otoko, but I've decided, Kawamatsu, that I'm not going to go meet with everyone just yet. With war on the horizon, emotions are but a poison. She's like, please, add your strength to that of the others, and somehow, some way, protect Wano. And dude, this part is so cute. This first like opening part of the chapter.
It's man, it's so touching. Like she's so conscientious, and like I want her to meet up with everyone now, but I see her point.
Yeah, it's so good, man. And they're like it shows the jump to the current, and then we see everybody like, oh, wow, are you serious? Lady Hiyori's alive? And all the scabbards and Momo's reaction, they're all like crying and like screaming. And that little tomboy said something that polite and refined. She's really grown.
Which is like such a sharp like disconnect, because we've always like seen her as like strong, proud, and like intelligent, like so many things other than just rough and tumble tomboy.
Yeah. And they're all like, Kawamatsu, like, after we heard you've been captured, we kind of just feared the worst. And we didn't. Yeah, there's in the Viz translation, they're like, we simply assumed the worst and dared not ask. Like,
honestly, like, I don't blame them, because, geez Louise, you know, it makes sense to jump to that conclusion. And everyone like jumps towards Kawamatsu and begins asking, like, specifically here, Arashi's like, where's she now? Does she need protection? And he just says, don't worry, she's safe. Where the fuck is she?
Yeah, Arashi's the only person who's like, one problem, Kawamatsu.
Hey, great to know that the princess is alive, but where's the princess?
Yeah. And Kawamatsu's like, oh, don't worry, she's somewhere safe, and he doesn't tell us where, so I'm like, is she?
Yeah.
I have no idea, but I love, like, Momonosuke's remembering Hiyori, and I love this panel of Hiyori, like, drop kicking. Like, I love the way Oda draws children.
Dude, like, it's so accurate to like how children really, really are. Like,
yeah,
they're just like really small with like buck wild ass proportions.
Yeah, I love like this, and this is like one of my new favorite panels of Lady Hiyori, like drop kicking Momo. I also really like at the beginning of Wano when Hold'em was talking to Otama, and she's like, I'm not scared, and then he like talked, like the lion mouth started growling, and then she's like, ah, like his tummy's talking.
Dude,
Oda knows how to draw children. They're fucking good.
Children are good. Unless
they're Momo, let's be real.
Okay, let's get into this. I feel like a lot of people, myself included, I'm leading everyone on this sentiment. I feel like there's a worry that like Momo's gonna see Hiyori and like there's gonna be a horny bit.
Yeah, he's gonna see her and not know it's his sister, and then like, oh god.
Yeah.
But maybe something like that will be enough to snap him out of his horniness completely.
I want it to be a kind of thing where he sees his older sister and it's just like this like sparkling, and he's just like, my sister. ah,
Yeah.
but not like, you know?
Yeah. I get you.
Oda, we appreciate you. We love you. You're too horny.
Yeah,
Calm
it's
down.
a little too horny.
A little
But
too horny.
like somebody else will get to.
Hey,
But
hey, Oda. Hey, come here real quick. Oda, it's just you and me and John. Adri's also here, but she's not paying attention. It's just you, me, Adri, and John. Oda, come on. The listeners aren't here. I know Abe is gunning for you, man. Like I know Abe is talking to you about this, but you don't have to be so horny. Straddle the line, my dude. Just a little
yeah.
horny.
Yeah, we know that Abe is giving you those horny bucks, you know what I'm saying?
And we get it. But tone it down just a bit. Just a little.
Just a little bit.
All right. Good talk, man.
Good talk, man. We'll get back to reading your chapter.
All right.
So Momo goes up to Zoro and he's like, "You rescued her, Zorojuro? I am in your debt. Hiyori is rough and tumble, but at her core, she is soft and quick to tears." And he's like, "Listen, Momo, you gotta get out of the past, man. Like, she's 18 years older than you now." And he's like, "What? A flying kick from someone 18 years older? That sounds pretty dangerous."
The fact that that's his first thought
Yeah.
is so pure. I want to see that. Like, I want that to be, oh my god, one of the frontispiece commissions.
Oh
I
my
want it to
God,
be where,
yeah.
like, I want it to be like Momo, like after Wano, like having a nightmare or something, and like in his nightmare, like there's like a dream bubble, and like in there, Hiyori's just like drop kicking him, and like her feet are about to connect with his like baseball shaped head.
Yeah.
And just fucking as if he was like a golf ball on a tee.
Dude, it's too good.
I can do that. I can request that. I can send him mail.
Dude,
I've just
we
been
have the
too
power,
lazy.
Do it.
I should really capitalize on this.
If we can get any sort of like cover story onto One Piece, I consider that a win.
Dude, that would be nuts. I should really invest in doing that,
Yeah.
actually. But the
Speaking of horny, Sanji.
Yeah. Sanji busts in and with absolute rage at Zoro, asking, "Is that the babe that you were with earlier?" And he starts like grabbing Momonosuke like by the chin and just like sucking up to him. And it's like, "My Momonosuke, dearest, is there anything in this world that you desire?" And Zoro's just like, "Yo, stop it. Stop that. Stop."
Quit sucking up to her brother.
And we've got Tenguyama breaking up and like getting us back to all seriousness. And he starts talking about like preparations, asking if they're complete. Kawamasu says, yes, they are. And then the conversation takes a turn when they start talking about swords.
Ooh.
And
Yeah, Kiku enters the scene holding the Nidai Kitetsu that Luffy stole. And they even pointed out, she's like, "Sir Hitetsu, here is the Nidai Kitetsu. It was confiscated from Luffy Taro in Udon." He's like, "Thank you. The boy took it from me without my permission."
and this is where, like, you know, Wano's probably the one arc where Zoro has had the most like brain blasts.
Yeah.
Because he hears the name and he's just like, "Oh, Kitetsu. I knew it was a Meito, one of the like famous swords."
Yeah, oh my god, it's good. Tenguyama continues and he says, "I am Tenguyama Hitetsu, legendary blacksmith of Wano, or a swordsmith of the Wano country." And he's like, "I have awaited the day that I would return these swords to their rightful owners for 20 years. So it's like, oh, this is who he was waiting for.
That
And
makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, and it's Lord Odin's dearest companions, and we get a full ass like panel showing up close these two swords, and it says Lord Odin's dearest companions, the Ame no Habakiri, the sword that could cut down the heavens themselves, and the sword that could cut through the depths of hell itself, Enma. Both, like Shusui, are part of the 21 great grade swords in this world. And he says, oh, dude, it's so good. He reveals that he is the blacksmith that created Ame no Habakiri. Because he says, what shall we do with my masterpiece, Lord Momonosuke? And Momonosuke, I like how he's like, no, not yet. I'm not scared or anything, but I'd like you to hold on to it. And he says he's not scared as he's in dragon form, that he only goes into when he's terrified.
God bless this child. This battle is going to transform him.
Yeah.
I hope it doesn't traumatize him, but it's going to steal him. And I'm really excited to see that.
Yeah, I cannot wait for I know for a fact there's going to be a moment between him and Kaido.
Ooh,
where he's gonna Momo's gonna get he's gonna man up.
Yep. He's gonna fucking stand up for what is good. And that is gonna be some character development for once. Yeah. The other important part, he stops being horny. But we'll get to that at some point. But Zoro
is like, or Hitetsu gives Zoro Enma, and he's like, oh, here's your sword. Dude, this whole next page just...
Let me tell you something. Only one man of this country has ever managed to tame this blade, which is something we've heard before, specifically about Shusui. Oden Kozuki. Yeah,
and even the Sandai Kitetsu, the bladesmith in Wano, or the guy in Log Town was like, hey, you can't... That sword's cursed. You can't tame it.
Yeah, Zoro just keeps getting cursed ass swords. I wonder why. So, Adri just out of nowhere is like, because he killed his best friend. That's the theory. Zoro pushed her down the stairs because he was like, hey, give me your cool sword.
No, he pushed her down the stairs because he needed to get his Mangekyo Sharingan. That's why.
As she's falling down the stairs, why are you doing this? To test my abilities.
Dude, speaking of testing abilities, bro, this next scene.
Test the blade by cutting that tree over there. And Kinemon's like, hey, man, look, just heart to heart.
Because you're my friend.
If it were me, I would not take that sword, straight up wholeheartedly, don't do it. Zoro doesn't listen to that, and he makes the cut. And by the cut, I mean, he cuts off the whole ass cliff face.
Dude, Sanji and Nami and everybody are he changed the coast, he sliced the coastline in two. What? And then it shows a shot of Zoro's arm, and it's bone. You see Haki, and his arm is thin as fuck, and you can see the smoke coming off of his arm, and it looks kind of like the smoke that happens when Luffy is Gear 4th.
Yeah,
it's winding around the Haki, and you see it going up the blade, and even the blade has it's turned black, and it's it has the little flares coming off of it. And bruh, when she nut, when you nut, but she keeps sucking, bro. That's Enma.
That's literally it. Even on the next page, he's getting skinnier as all this smoke is coming off of him, and you do see the blade turning black. It's got that the JoJo go 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 sound effects.
Yeah.
Zoro's like, you little piece of shit. Give me that back. And then he just gets muscular again.
Yeah, he's bam, and it snaps. He steals his Haki back in this Haki tug of war. And he says, it draws out of its own accord its wielder's Ryo and cuts far deeper than intended. Were you a normal swordsman, you'd have been drained to a husk. Well done. So, what'll it be? Want another sword? And Zoro, looking at it like a madman, he's like, nah, I'll keep this one. Enma, huh? And he's like, if I get used to using this thing, that'll mean I've gotten stronger. And Kawamatsu's like, oh, this dude, this guy's crazy.
With one chapter ago, him just being like, I don't trust this man. He just needs to, he's insane. This man. Now he still thinks this man's insane, but he likes it now.
Yeah. Like, dude, this is fucking so this is like, I mean, this sword alone is, I'm thinking, like, it seems to me like this is gonna be Zoro's, like, Gear 4th, you know?
Yeah.
Like, this is Zoro's Gear 4th. Like, he doesn't have the fucking gum fruit, so, like, this is how he achieves his version of Gear 4th. Cause, like, dude, this is fucking sick. Like, and Zoro is gonna turn this into a black blade. They make a reference to it later in the chapter, but this is so fucking cool. The thing I want to know is, okay, now that they've introduced this sort of, like, you know, sword tug of war with the hockey, like, one, do you think that the higher the sword grade is, like, do you think they all do this?
They have to, yeah.
And if so, how fucking how fucking strong is Mihawk? Like, cuz that sword is fucking, like,
Mihawk is Eam, dude. What do you want me to say?
Yeah, true. We've already solved it.
Yeah, we've solved it. We figured it out. But yeah. I want to point out that the fact that it cuts deeper than intended and cut the whole cliff face, like, you know, this sword's not as long as a cliff face. Like, how's it gonna fucking do that?
Yeah.
It uses the haki in the same way that Luffy's training right now to do it.
Yeah.
That's
and
why
this is the only blade that's left the scar on Kaido. Like, it's the only blade that's cut him.
Right. So it's very, like, it's implicitly telling us that what Zoro has to learn, well, like, he's kind of quote unquote already learned how to do it because he's put hockey into the sword before.
Yeah.
But now he has to learn how to, like, lightsaber his sword, basically.
Yeah. That's gonna be so fucking sick, bro. I can't wait for this shit.
Fucking madman.
We cut over to the Braided Hat Village, and it says 3 days until the raid. And this whole next part is just number crunching. Like, it's Robin and all the 9 Scabbards, and Robin is like, according to the information I gathered, the Beast Pirates have approximately 20,000 men, and the Shogun's procession contain another 10,000. In other words, on the day of the raid, there'll be 30,000 enemies on Onigashima. And he's like, Shutenmaru is like, given that we won't allow commoners to get caught up in the fighting, the enemies also got the geographical advantage, even with the blueprints of Kaido's mansion. And Kinemon's like, yeah, we have about 4,000.
Yeah, that's...
Jesus.
The numbers are clearly not stacked on their favor.
Yeah.
And he mentions that this is not going to be a head-to-head war. I don't know how long they can, like, use the element of surprise. They did kind of, like, mention that they wanted to do some, like, foul play, kind of like guerrilla warfare stuff.
Yeah.
But exactly what, I think we're going to have to wait to find out.
Yeah, I'm still hoping for the cootie burst, like, but I have no idea. I doubt it. But I hope so.
So they switched to Kuri, the Itachi harbor, and he's there with his Mangekyo Sharingan, you know?
Yeah, he's there.
Itachi, he's back from the dead again. I forgot he came back from the dead once.
Yeah.
No. Frankie's there. He's saying, come on, boys, let's fix him up. We ain't got time. And here we have to, like, asterisk, like, editor's note, I guess. So we're using the manga stream translation right now. It says 10,000 may show up here, and we've got to get ships for all of them. The actual number is 100,000, both in the official and the Giant Minis box. And looking at the raw, it is 100,000. But I want to mention real quick why it's really easy to make that fucking mistake. So in English, we've got, like, we've got our tens, we've got our hundreds, and our thousands. After 1,000, we go back to using, like, 10,000, 100,000. And then we don't use 1,000, though there's, like, some
hell yeah
kind of things like that.
We do now.
Hell yeah. But we, like, get to a new name at that point. And, like, that's how the English language is, like, mostly structured. Japanese has, like, a quote-unquote a level beyond, I guess, where they do, so 1 is Ichi, 10 is Ju, 1,000 is Sen, and they have one order above that. So like 10 to the power of 4, I want to say. I'm bad at math. 10 to the power of 2 is 100, 3 is 1,000. Yeah, 10 to the power of 4 is mon, ichimon. So 1 mon is 10,000. But so 10 mon is 100,000.
Oh.
And so that conversion, that kind of like dissonance is like really fucking hard. And it's like hard for Japanese people too, because the way they write out their numbers usually is like, doing 3 zeros, a comma, and then the next set. But they've got this extra like mon that they still use to this day. And it's just like, it's so fucking hard to count. So I don't blame them for this like discrepancy in translation.
Yeah. I know it sounds like an easy thing to mistake, but
it happens.
Frankie did not make the mistake. And he says, we need to be able to get 100,000 men on these boats. And the guy's like, we're not going to have that many. And he's like, hey, nothing wrong with aiming that high. And everybody's just fighting Frankie like, that's a waste of work. And he's like, let's put money on it. How many people will we get? Like, Frankie is the best.
Dude, it's so scary because, like, what if we get that 100,000?
Dude, I mean, at the end of the chapter, we'll talk about it because they kind of make reference to it.
It's gonna be...
Yeah, it's good.
We go to Udon after this, and on the smokestacks and everything, we see a big bubble saying King Kong, and Luffy's in Gear 4 doing a King Kong gun, blasts apart a whole plate of steel, and he's like, oh man, I messed up again. Forced it. And everyone, all the prisoners that are still there are just like, that is your fuck up?
Yeah, that was you messing up?
Crazy.
Dude, it's funny. Like, it's that makes me wonder, like, dude, when we actually see Luffy pull off this technique, like, it's gonna be so sick.
It's gonna be, oh man. Do you remember watching the Hakuto no Ken anime?
Yeah.
You remember the, I don't remember, it was like 100 Fist Crack or something like that.
Oh, yeah.
Where it's the whole infamous scene of like, Omae wa mo shinderu nani?
Yeah,
and then like
the guy's head like fucking bloats up and explodes.
Yeah, it just like his body and his head just well up and everything. And I feel like that Oda's gonna get a little gory with this.
Oh, dude, for sure.
That's gonna be... We're not gonna see entrails or nothing, but I don't want to see Luffy like... I don't like gore, so I don't want to see Luffy like punch Kaido's dragon form and then have like a bubble show up on Kaido and just pop. Like,
Jesus Christ. Nasty. Hopefully not. We cut over to Amigasa, back to Amigasa Village, and Zoro's training with Enma. And Momonosuke's training with them, like doing the sword training with them, which I will say I like, because Zoro has been on Zo with Momonosuke like the whole time.
Yeah.
Until they got to Wano. So I like the idea that he was like teaching him how to do sword stuff.
And this whole thing culminates like Momo and Zoro's training together culminates in exactly this exchange where Momonosuke's like, hey, Zorojuro, I was told not to say snatch. And like, hey, Zoro, someone told me not to say the slur you told me to say.
Yeah, hey, Zoro, I got in trouble for saying the word you told me to say.
And just, Zoro's so flippant about this. He was like, oh, it's just something I learned long ago from an old man in my village. I've never really said it myself. And
Momonosuke's like, what?
Yeah, like...
fucking freaking out.
Like, why'd you teach me this slur? And then...
so good.
2, we get some tasty information, some delicioso. Because Oda did say in an SBS 1 or 2 volumes ago, where he mentioned that one person, the ship that took the Minatomo guy, like Minatomo's twin, to the
Who
East
was the
Blue.
one from volume 2 or 1.
Right. that same ship also took several important people people important to the story. So it was kind of like theorized that somebody went to Zoro's village from Wano. And this is just confirmation of that.
Yeah. They get into more of it a little later too, I think at the end of the chapter, but
yeah,
it's some good shit.
Tasty
Morsels of lore. 2 days until the raid at Braided Head Village. And we get Otama, Chopper, and Luffy coming back. Otama's like, "We're back, master!" I love her, like, the juxtaposition of her, like, looking all happy, and then Luffy, like, dead.
Just snoozing and cruising.
Yeah, and I love, Tangayama's like, "Otama, you had me worried." And they get a call from the Smales, and it says, "Kinemon, we've added another 200 in all to our side." And it shows all the Yakuza bosses, and they've been able to get 200 people, so like 50 or something each, probably.
Yeah, probably. That's a little
more. That makes our numbers 4,200. Still no word from 420. Law, however. Yeah. That makes our number 420. Dank.
Well, I think we've confirmed that Oda knows what weed is.
Yeah.
Because of Hong Kong 420 land.
Yeah. That is either that is either somebody Oda's very close with or Oda himself. I love Kinemon. He says, "Still no word from Law, however." And like, well, maybe he's not. Shinobu's like, well, maybe he's just not coming. Leave him. And I just look in the background. I love the shit going on in the background. Like, I love Chopper. I don't know what the fuck he's doing, but he's just like running and holding his hands up from something.
Dude, he's practicing the ninja run. He's trying to Naruto run into Area 51.
Is that what he's doing?
Hold on.
That might be what he's doing, but I love Kiku. Like, Kiku is just chilling, like, hold next to Kinemon, holding onto his arm, and I fucking love Kiku.
I love Kiku. It'll never be, but damn. I don't blame her for trying.
Yeah. But I love, I also love Otama. They're like, "Oh, that's what Chopper." Okay, I didn't see the voice bubble. Chopper's the one running in saying, "No, he's super strong, Shinobu."
No. Hold on. Okay. So, we always get, like, leaks of the chapters, like, a few days early before they're officially translated and whatnot. The next chapter is gonna drop on September 20th. The raids on Area 51 were planned for September 20th.
Oh, shit, bro.
Chopper is part of the Naruto runners.
Dude, there it is. We gotta fucking beat Kaido in like 8 hours, dude. I gotta be somewhere. I promised the Facebook group.
God bless. Dude, well, it's revealed later in the chapter. This is the end of Act 2. Act 3, getting to Onigashima, is going to coincide with the raid on Area 51.
Yeah.
Onigashima is Area 51.
Area 51. I love it. I love Otama. She's like, "Big bro trains so much he won't wake up." Like, Big brother's dead while he's making a hat. It's so fucking good.
Dude, Otama killed Ace.
Yeah. Oh, God. Jesus Christ.
Oh, God. Luffy's gonna die, Act 3, confirmed.
We get another, I think it's, I don't think it's Shinobu. It looks like a different ninja entirely.
Yeah, it looks like Shinobu's brother or some shit.
It has like a mustache or something.
Yeah, like, Shinobu with mustache.
Yeah, but they're in the prisoners' quarter in the Flower Capitals where all those prisoners were being held. And he said, "Sadly, there's nothing we can do for those captured in the capital. They'll even arrest the family members who dare protest." And he's like, "But those are hardy samurai locked up in there." And he's like, "Oi, guard, the festival's coming soon. We want to take part." And the guard's like, "Shut up." And all of them inside are like, "Damn it, like this is our last chance to get out. Like, this is our last chance to fight."
That was your grand idea?
Yeah.
So you're like, "Damn it, man, I want to party." Oh, fuck.
Jesus. But I love Kinemon. Dude, Kinemon is the best. He's like, "Thank you, everyone, for your hard work. Please use what time we have left for transportation and preparation. I will see you at the promised harbor. And everyone's like, morale is at an all-time high. Everything is looking Millhouse.
Hell yeah.
Everything's coming up Kinemon. And then the day before the raid. We are at the day before the raid. And he says, well then, Luffy, we'll be leaving now. We must arrive before everyone else. Okay, the Sunny's moored just off the coastline. We'll be taking that. He says, don't get found. Come now. We've been on edge about this for weeks. We're counting on you all. And he's like, yep, we got this. See you at the harbor. And they do like a fucking, what is it, The Predator, where Arnold Schwarzenegger, and he's like, you son of a bitch, got you pushing pencils. It's so good.
It's the new meme. We got it.
And this whole entire ending to the chapters, like the narration, so good. Like you mentioned before, it's the end of Act 2, so we get like a little narration to close us out. Countless smokestacks blacked the skies over this country, and yet their numbers dwarfed by the number of wretched souls that labor beneath them. And it shows everybody in Wano, like from the slaves to the fucking regular ass people, and they're like, I wonder if it's true. Did you hear the rumor that Yasue was covering for the 9 red sheaths? And he's like, oh, that paper of his wasn't just some prank. It was the signal for the real raid. And everyone's like, oh, come on. Like, even if Kinemon's, like, alive, his spirit has to be gone by now. They'll never stand up again. And everybody's like, oh, man. It's like, you see everybody, like, laughing at the idea, kind of. And it's like, dude, like, they don't even know.
They really don't. But, like, they don't believe, but they hope.
Yeah, the fact that they're all talking about it, and it's like, oh, like, you know, you could tell. It's like they say they don't believe it, but you're seeing the smiles on all their faces talking about it. And it's like they hope.
They really do. It's not like they're making fun of it or anything. They want this to happen. And what's really sad is like the last guy that mentioned that Kinemon's spirit is probably broken, saying they'll never be standing up again, falls over. And he falls over saying, we'll spend our lives on our knees as slaves. And help ain't gonna come to a closed off place like this. Especially if that helps. Gotta stand up to freaking Kaido.
It's insane. And the narration continues with, dude, this is, like, we've gotten a lot of good, like, double page spreads. This is one of my favorites.
I love this.
It's so good. And yet they set forth 7 red sheaths, 1 shinobu, and 1 little lord. The parched earth crunches beneath their feet, like the hoary frost of a bitter winter. And he says, in the skies overhead, the sun blazes fiercely, surrounded by wisps of clouds, and throwing into the sharp relief the shadows of these 9, far more real than any ghost, that have waited 20 years to avenge their disgraced lord. And they're just walking, like, across the desert in Wano. And, dude, it's so, like, the meme, but, like, now this is epic.
Yeah, it really is. There's so much emotion
good.
going on in this whole 2-page spread. Because the next scene is, it's Robin, Otoko, Carrot, and then...
I forget the other...
Yeah,
musketeer's name.
I forget.
Wanda's the
Wanda,
dog
yeah.
one. But I forget the
Wanda and the musketeer,
name.
right? And they're standing in front of graves for Yasuye and Pedro. Someone saying, "Once we've won the fight, we'll build them far better graves." And
yeah,
I'll point out now, a lot of people are very like, "Oh, it's suspicious that Carrot's smiling here. Carrot's the traitor."
Bruh, I've seen that, and all I gotta say is, bro, read the final chapter of Whole Cake, because she got all of her fucking crying out in that chapter about this. Like, I don't want to hear that shit.
Yeah, like, she's
like, she was literally bawling her eyes out to Sanji, like telling, like, trying to comfort him, and then it cuts to her, and she's, like, bawling her eyes out, like, don't let his sacrifice be in vain.
It's so... God damn. She already had her arc for this. Like, we don't need it again.
Yeah, I really don't think she's the traitor among the minks.
Nah.
The theory I've heard that I'm like, ooh, that's kind of cool, is that it's Faust, who's part of Hawkins' crew. He's a black cat mink, part of Hawkins' crew.
Oh.
Yeah. And everybody's like, well, Hawkins is part of Kaido's crew, and minks instinctively know always how to get back to Zoe. So, like, he would have fucking told them, like, oh, man, like, they dropped off Raizo at Zoe, and then Faust, like, I know where Zoe is.
Oh, shit. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was 100% Faust.
She got Oliver crying out at the end of Whole Cake when it actually happened.
Yeah, we don't need more.
Dude, we cut again. So the final little bit of this 2-page spread leads into the next page. And it's Hitetsu, like, watching Zoro train. And he says, boy, Enma fits your palm quite well, does it not? And he's like, the Sandai Kitetsu you wield is another of my creations. And he's like, seriously? He's like, magic swords and reasoning are one and the same, not for the weak. And then he continues. He says, the biggest reason that blade benefits you is a strange one indeed. That white blade, Wado Ichimonji and Enma, were both birthed by the same man, the famed artisan Yusubaro Shimotsuki. More than 50 years ago, he fled this country illegally.
Ooh.
So, okay. 50 years ago, that boat left Wano and went to the East Blue, right?
Yeah.
50 years ago, or the town that Zoro's dojo was in, the town that Zoro grew up in, was Shimotsuki. Yasuye,
What?
it's called Shimotsuki, and Yasuye's last name, I think, is also Shimotsuki. They're part of, like, some clan. And in the chapter, a couple chapters ago, the one where the fox chapter where it's oh my god, Goro something, when Kawamatsu's talking about meeting the fox, and then they helped like hide all the swords. The guy that he mentioned, that the guy that he mentioned that had the fox, the owner of the fox, was also, his last name was Shimotsuki.
Yeah, Shimotsuki Ushimaru.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gyukimaru, that's who the monk guy was. And oh man, it's just so fucking cool. So Yasubaro Shimotsuki is the guy that made Enma and Wado Ichimonji. And now the theory is that his son is Zoro's teacher, and that's how Zoro's teacher had the Wado Ichimonji. And then what's her face? Stare Girl was his daughter.
Kuina, yeah.
Kuina. And then you told me about a theory that he maybe had Zoro's teacher maybe had a brother, and his child could possibly be Tashigi. And that's why they look similar. Somebody on our Discord, BT
Bacon.
Yeah, shoutouts if you're listening to this one, bro. Shoutouts to you, because we were thoroughly mind blown. We were like, wait. Yes, like that makes perfect sense.
There's not like a lot to go onto it, but it just makes sense, yeah. Because Queen is dead. They had a fucking funeral for her.
Yeah, like there's no way that shit. Like, dude, dude. In the words of Sweet Bro and Hella Jeff, I warned you about the stairs, bro. I told you, dog.
Dude, we don't have Tashigi's last name, and like, so
when
everyone
she appears
who's
in Wano and her last name is confirmed to be Shimotsuki, I'm a nut.
Dude, it has to be. So everyone who comes from Wano has had like deliberately like Japanese names.
Yeah.
Like there's no if and or but about it.
Yeah. So this revelation that Wado Ichimonji and Enma are from the same swordsmith. Hitetsu says, I suspect the reason Lady Hiyori gave you her memento of her father is because she noticed the other blades you carry. And he says, Enma is not yet a black blade. Your skill may well raise its rank. So I've seen every single translation, even the official one, mentions that its rank might be raised.
Yeah.
And I think this is what we were talking about, that Zoro is not going to get one of the 12 supreme grade swords. Rather, he's going to create one of the 12 grades, one of the 13 grade swords. Like, he's going to create his own sword that's like the new supreme grade.
It has to be that, because there's not much else to go on.
Yeah.
And like, and I totally, so there's this like implication of like everything, a lot of things being really cursed and all that. And I can see that like creating a black blade has something to do with like this cursedness of it all. So it would make sense that like the blade itself also gets stronger.
Oh, yeah, for sure. I mean, I don't think that Mihawk's blade was like just always that powerful. Like after all this stuff we've learned, there's no way like Mihawk has created that blade for him. Like,
yeah, he's
like he may have gotten it forged and made by somebody, but like he forged it with his hockey to create like the monster that he has now.
I could see some kind of like apex of like this black blade creation where like his sword got thicker, like anime thicker with hockey. Like maybe it started out like a thin like traditional blade and it just got thicker from all the lives he's ended.
Dude, maybe.
We've also got Luffy here showing fruits of his labor, like not punching a tree and then busting it out the other side.
Yeah.
Proving that he has maybe not mastered, but has grasped the concepts of how to do this altered form of armament hockey.
Yeah. It's, oh god. This scene of him like laughing to himself, like, like, just you wait, Kaido. And this fucking asshole. So it's all good stuff, right? And then we have to cut to this buckle. And it says, "Is Udon safe? Yes, no problems over here." And then he's like, "Huh? A false report? Untrustworthy bastards, the lot of them. No matter, as long as things are under control here, and it's Lord Orochi." And he says, "A change of plans. Habu Harbor to Tokage. Hiyori Kozuki is still alive, and in the north." Oh, God. And they show a panel of Law that's like, oh, like, Law's the traitor. Look at his eyes all shaded out. Oda, come on, brew. We all know who it's again, from our Discord, we talked about this. It's fucking Caribou. Like, I am so convinced that it's Caribou.
I was trying to look for who brought it up. I should use
It was Chams 1066.
Yeah. Like they'd brought that up and like we all took it and ran with it cuz it just fucking makes sense.
It makes too much sense. Like why he would be so eager to work with like Luffy and them, like
the
he
fact
got
that
captured by Kaido.
Yeah.
I see it as the same thing as Apu. Like he's playing both sides to get like, or he's playing Luffy's side in order to get closer on Kaido's side.
He's playing the side that's he's allying with who's the strongest, but he's trying to keep both his eggs in separate baskets to see like who comes out stronger and who he can ally himself with.
Yeah. And the final thing of all of this is Hiyori once again playing the shamisen, right? That's a there's not
it's a shamisen.
Okay. Yeah, she's playing the shamisen, and it's like, "Come one, come all, the skies are bright, and the petals of the cherry trees dance merrily over the flower capital. The day of the fire festival is finally here." And they're like, "Make way, the shogun's procession is here. In the shadows, a war that may alter the very fate of the world begins." And then it's Wano Country Act 2 Finn.
Dude,
and surprisingly, we're not on break next week, which I think is awesome.
I'm so surprised. I mean, I understand, like, September actually has quite a few holidays in it in Japan. I have a long weekend this week.
Hey.
And next week. But I'm really glad to see that we don't have to fucking wait, despite there being 2 long weekends in a row. I hope they still have, time for their families and everything.
Yeah.
But as a consumer, as a capitalist pig,
yes.
Yummy, yummy.
Yummy, yummy. Eat from the trough, little piggies.
Who do you think the narrator is?
Dude, I have no idea.
I'm thinking it's Hiyori, considering that she's also playing the shamisen, like playing the shamisen's like an act of like storytelling.
Yeah. Every time we see Hiyori playing the shamisen from these scenes, I always think that like that the scene of her playing the shamisen is gonna by the end of all this is gonna turn out to be like every time we've seen her playing the shamisen, that shot in like part 1 and 2 is like from the ending of Wano, like when she's retelling the story to people.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I think. As for the narrator, I have no idea. I it could be her, or it's just the generic like One Piece narrator that comes in every so often.
What if it's a
But
How I Met Your Mother kind of situation?
oh my god, it's just Luffy the whole time.
It's been Luffy the whole time.
Jesus,
Or it's Gold Roger.
it's Gold Roger.
My fortune is yours for the taking.
Yeah. Oh god, no. But fucking
And in the shadows of war. Fuck.
yeah. I just want before we're already like over time, but I just want to say, look, a war that may alter the very fate of the world begins now. Dude, you called it last week. It's the Straw Hat Grand Fleet. They're coming. Like this is what they were talking about at the end of Dressrosa. Like they're gonna be a part of something that's gonna change the world.
This is it. Cause
like this is it. They're coming.
The Mom Pirates and the Beast Pirates are together. Like, who can go against them? What more will solidify Luffy's position as the 5th Yonko? Well, it wouldn't be Yonko anymore. As the 5th emperor, than defeating the coalition of the 2 oldest. Like,
yeah, it's dude, I'm hyped for Act
it's
3.
crazy. I do think that next week we're not gonna get to Act 3. I think we're gonna get to Reverie.
Reverie.
We have to.
I want, if I'm gonna make one call, I want Green Bull's Oda box by next week, Oda. That's your homework.
Next week, if not the week after.
Like, I want Green Bull's fucking Oda box and fruit name and showing his power on my desk by Monday.
All of it. And show your work.
Yeah, show your work too.
Oh man, I guess I've got a crack theory. It's not a good one. It's. Do you have a good one?
No, what? I think we already did it in the beginning, but I was gonna say Enya.
Yeah.
Were we recording when that happened?
We were recording when that happened. Oh god. All right, I'll give my poo poo doo doo one. It's really not good.
Yeah, so that is going to wrap it up for us this week. Don't forget to follow us on all of our social media. We're at Paramecia Cast on Twitter, Paramecia Fancast everywhere else, Facebook, YouTube, the works. ParameciaFancast.libsyn.com. That's where episodes go up every single week, and as soon as they're uploaded to Libsyn, they are sent everywhere. Stitcher, Google Play, iTunes, Spotify.
Your mailbox, your
dude.
email.
Your mailbox. We mail you an SD card.
That little chip that's in your arm, implanted by the government.
Yeah, your dog's GPS chip can get it, dude. Everyone can get it, bro. Get in on this. Don't forget to join
Roku,
our Discord.
On your smart TV.
Everywhere, bro. Don't forget to join our Discord, Paramecia Flower Capital. Links are in the descriptions of our Twitter and our Facebook, and you can go. I try to put out tweets every single week before the chapters drop to get people to join. The invite link's always there though in the description of our Twitter. And do that shit. We're always talking One Piece. We're always goofing around
Constantly.
And like you heard this chapter, every once in a while we have, dude, our Discord guys are fucking beasts. Like some of these they're coming up with stuff that I didn't even like think
we're
about.
A think tank.
Yeah, we're the Paramecia think tank.
Yeah. The Paramecia think tank. No, we're not calling it that now.
Yeah, no, we're still Paramecia Flower Capital. But yeah, that's it for us this week. Next week, chapter 956. We better be going to Reverie. That's what it's called.
Oda, we talked about it before. We have a little friend in common called Abe, and I know I said tone it down, but if you don't give us Reverie, I just got to make a call. Hello, 911. Oda didn't do Reverie.
Yeah.
Say no more.
Oda said he's not doing Reverie and he wants people to stay abstinent? Oda would get fucking Buster called immediately.
I don't think Japan even has like a SWAT kind of thing. Is there anything else we're missing?
No, we're not missing anything else.
Are you ready for this?
I'm ready for this.
Hiyori's the traitor.
That's it?